Thank you so much for joining me today. I want to talk about a subject that is near and dear to all of us, and that's getting paid for the services we provide. In particular, I want to focus with this course on how we manage those trade discounts. Now, what I've noticed over the years working with hundreds of design professionals is often we feel uncomfortable when it comes to talking about money. We do see the value we bring to a job and we love what we do, but when pressed for details on how we charge for those services, sometimes the answers can be a little baffling. Sometimes we get squirrely and we don't come out with exactly how we charge, and we offer a list of justifications when asked what something simple like what our hourly fees are. So recently, for example, I was at a party in Los Angeles. It was a Swishy fundraiser and there were other interior designers in the room. I began a conversation with one and we were having a wonderful time. We were approached by another woman at the party who was curious about our profession. What do you do? And she said she was building a house and wanted to know a little bit about what we do. And then she asked the question, what do you charge? Well, I took a breath and was prepared with my answer, but my companion rattled off a whole list of stuff, none of which would really answer the question, what do you charge? And it was very uncomfortable, it was very awkward, and when she finally took a breath, I thought, this is my opportunity. What I said to the lady who asked the question is, well, we work a lot like a law firm. So I have an hourly fee that's $325. My seniors are $195 per hour. Intermediates are $145. Juniors are $115. And administration is $75 per hour. In this way, we can really manage a project's workflow and make sure the client is paying a reasonable fee for our services. In addition, I said, we log our hours daily on behalf of the clients, and then every month when we send the client our invoice for billable hours, we also send them the log sheets. And in that way, the clients can keep track of the work we're performing and make sure we're on the right track. And the woman, of course, responded very favorably to this conversation. She asked for my card. She asked for my companion's card as well, but no big surprise, she actually phoned my office to see if we were available to do some work for her, which we started. So there's opportunity lurking around every corner, and I wonder how often we leave money on the table, meaning we don't convince a wonderful client to work with us simply because we're not prepared for questions about how we charge for services. And much like a phone company that charges for the phone and it charges for phone calls and then it charges for text messages and it charges for emails, we have several ways that we get paid. And one of those ways, very important way, is managing that trade discount. So that's the focus of this course. What do we do with the trade discount? What's interesting about the party in Los Angeles is I actually made two friends that night. Yes, I got a new customer for my design business, but the designer standing beside me was so impressed with my pitch, she immediately signed up for Business of Design, which is really exciting, and I'm glad she's here. So we all have so much that we can learn, and together we want to make the industry stronger. Now, I want you to know that I've taught thousands of professionals, and many of them acknowledge that their dinner party pitch sounds a little bit too much like the designer that I just told you about. I can also say that I used to sound exactly that way myself. You know, I used to say like, oh, you know, I'm a designer. I just decorate houses and stuff. It's not as interesting as what you do. What do you do? And you're missing a valuable opportunity there to make a connection and engage a potential client. So I don't do that anymore. Experience has shown me that it's all too important when somebody asks me what I do, particularly when they get to the subject of money, that I open up and I can be able to discuss that with total transparency. Clients want to know that there's no fiddling behind the scenes when it comes to their money. You'd want to know that if you were the one hiring a professional. So I have to be able to discuss money in a way that's comfortable and authentic. And it's really, really important to my business that I can do that. Now, as with billable hours, the key to any kind of designer discount or trade discount is transparency. The client expects to pay a reasonable fee for items that they're going to purchase in general. And also the client is aware in principle that a designer or trade discount exists. So while there is no set standard for dealing with designer discounts, there are some practices that occur with some regularity. So in this course, we're going to look at those practices, those typical business models that interior design firms use when it comes to dealing with the trade discounts. And we're also going to learn some valuable information. In this course, we'll learn what a trade discount is and why it's offered, who the trade discount belongs to, why a transparent policy around trade discounts is best, various ways to deal with trade discounts, and how to grow trade discounts and profits. If that sounds like information you could use when you're ready, go ahead and open up video number 1, Charging for Services Managing Discounts.